I want to remind everybody going into this is our mid-season finale, and like normally like a finale is like, hey, you're going to want to come back next season, or in this case, you're going to want to come finish the rest of the season. If you think about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City's season 4 finale, we discovered that Monica was
running a troll account.
I couldn't remember the actual
Reality
name.
Von Tease.
Reality Von Tease. Like we
wanted to come back.
You heard the shakes around the world.
What are we coming back for? Aurora's baptism?
Caitlin, I'm just like, it's a finale. It's a finale. Like what are we doing here?
They left us with nothing.
Caitlin, we have not even the excitement of Awowah getting dunked. Just planning on getting dunked. Okay. We have Meri throwing a going away party for some bitch we've never met. Listen, I'm sorry that she makes a great toaster scrambler, but like, we don't need a going away. This is the finale.
Who's Madeline?
Who the fuck is Madeline? Was she eating Bonnie's beef at the inn? Like, good God. Like, I don't understand. And then we got Janelle moving. It's like the amount of time we spent in the fucking car. I feel like they were like, we're going to get Janelle doing a shot. It'll be a great end of the season. I'm like, what the fuck?
They were like, we'll just film this whole episode in the car. It's fine.
We'll just set up the GoPros and call it a day.
Like, did Puddle Monkey drive with them the whole way?
Yes. For what? This was the dumbest episode I think I've ever seen this entire season, because we're at episode 20.
They should have ended like, was it last week or the week before, where it was actually, we were talking about money. It was getting good.
Yeah. We would have come back for that.
Did you see that Australia has a different version?
Yes. That's so weird.
Last week I don't know when it was, when Meri and Janelle had the Zoom phone call.
It's all a blur.
She said, which we didn't get to hear, but in Australia, they got to hear Janelle say, I was asking Cody to take his name off my account and he wouldn't. Mm-hmm. And then he went and did it without telling her, like sneaky. And then she went to pull up the receipts from the business family account.
Yeah.
And she can't get in. It's closed. He closed it without telling anybody.
The reason why is because they're like, we cannot have Cody see this version.
Like, does he have his hand in the editing of the US?
Maybe. I don't know. Or they do it behind his back.
Or do they want the world to know, but they don't want Cody to know?
I think they do. But it's like, then just send him his own screener.
Right?
Take that part out. But we would have liked to have known that. I would have loved to report on that. I would have loved to have been able to report on. And apologies to all of our people down under, because we didn't tell you that. We didn't talk about it. They're probably
like, how did you leave that out? And
last week's episode would have been 2 hours and 10 minutes had we known that. We would have kept going.
Was there money in the family account is what I need to know. Did he close it and take everything that was in it? Or was there not money in it anymore?
Probably.
And now Janelle can't get the receipts, which she probably needs to show that they used that money to buy the land.
Caitlin,
he did that on purpose.
Honestly, I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't care. Because this week we have Awowah getting ready she's really nervous to ask about a baptism. We have Christine and David coming to move Janelle across the country.
We're going to Plots, and we're meeting Madeline.
So it's like, there's bigger fish to fry than their finances. Are you kidding me? I don't care about finances.
I don't want to see all the good stuff.
When we have a great storyline in front of us, let's focus on that. Like, I'm sorry, but this is where I'm almost like, what are we doing? What are we all doing? Why are we all watching this? Why have we made this our career, this stupid show? It is honestly the dumbest show I've ever seen. It is so incredibly stupid.
But will we be back next week? Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Of course we'll
well,
be
not
back.
next week because it's not on.
No, guys.
It's taking a break for a while.
It's taking a break. We know when it comes back, but we're not allowed to tell you. But just know it's
a while.
It's a while. So you have some time to recoup and forget how much you hate the show for it to come back and be like just disappointed as you always are. Just as disappointed as you always are. Yeah, that's where we're at with this. Yeah. So let's get into it. Season 19, episode 20. For everything, there is a season. Mm-hmm. Wow. It is an episode. Like, it's just, we're moving.
We're literally moving again. How many times have we seen them move?
So many.
It's like a huge story.
I feel like Puddle Monkey gets such a hard on when they're like,
do they get a discount with U-Haul?
Something. I don't know.
I know they have to block their name out, but like, come on, let them sponsor the show at this point.
They get so erect when they're like, oh, you're moving. Oh, get cameras up.
All right. We usually make you self-film, but for a road trip, we're all going.
Yeah. Like, we could have done self-filming for this. We did not need. We could have had Truly hanging out the side of the U-Haul filming the front of Janelle's truck.
It was the whole episode. You really want it all self-filmed?
Might as well. It was stupid. I watched this episode, I think 7 times, and I still don't I don't retain any of it. If I didn't have these notes in front of me, I would have nothing to say.
That's sad that you watched it 7 times.
It's so sad.
It's not
and maybe that's why people don't understand the frustration coming out of me, because at the point you've listened to this, you've either watched it once or some people haven't even watched it yet. And I've watched it 7 times. 7 times I have put myself through this, and it's like, for what? Because
I'm honestly surprised you need notes when you watch it 7 times.
Because I don't. I'm telling you right now, I don't remember anything from the episode. I couldn't even remember what's her name, Madeline.
Yeah,
I didn't remember her
name.
name.
Madeline totally goes by Mima. I just know it.
Oh, I could.
That's
see
her
that.
grandma name, Mima.
Yeah, but I think that Mima likes a cigarette.
Mima likes a ciggy snack.
You know, you might find a little bit of cigarette ash in your
Mima for
toaster
sure.
scrambler.
Mima likes to gamble. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah. Mima's a good time though.
Yeah, apparently she makes good food.
Great food. Mm-hmm. She heats up.
We're gonna have to close down the B&B because she's leaving.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. It's obviously like we could never find another cook, so let's just call it a day.
There's not a lot to choose from in Parowan.
No, there's really not.
You'd have to take someone from the gas station.
That's what I was gonna say.
Taco Bell, Subway, gas station, and or whatever it is.
That she'd be caught for poaching.
Yeah,
you know, the talent in town.
Yeah.
Wow. So, all right. So it's Janelle's moving day. The only exciting thing about this is that we get eyes on Bernice. You know, I'm like, oh,
she got her shift off at the Olive Garden.
Yeah, she got her shift covered at the Olive Garden. She was able to be here, and I'm just like, when I tell you, like, wow, am I so turned on by Bernice? I don't mean it. I don't mean that at all. You know.
Hey,
it's
don't come for Bernice.
I have to. There's nothing else to come for. She gives nothing. She's Bernice is one of those people. It's like even when Bernice is the center of attention, she's in the background. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't shine.
That's
she
what
doesn't
I'm saying.
sparkle.
Like, have we ever seen her even really talk?
No, I don't think so.
A conversation?
No.
Do I know what her voice sounds like? No.
I know what her voice sounds like because she did pop into one of Gwen's Patreons at one point.
Okay.
But now I've forgotten. You know, it's probably like the rest of the people in this
Bring
family.
Back the Patreon,
some
Gwen.
sort of
We
speech impediment. You know, this whole family has speech impediments. We see Gwen there and we see Gabe there. Mm-hmm. Now, I love Gabe. I want to be clear. Mm-hmm. I love Gabe more than I love anyone else in this whole world. Not as much as you.
Okay.
But close. But it's like, we got to get a hairstyle.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we've got to get
it. He cut it shorter now, I think.
No, I think it's growing out from the short.
And then he cut it short again.
Oh, okay. It's just.
The shorter hair
looks
better
so
on him.
good on him. I will say, I thought, you know, back in the day I remember when they were moving from Vegas to Flagstaff, I was like, Gabe is the best looking brown in the whole family.
I agree.
He's the best looking, but now it's like it smells farty. You know, it smells a little farty, and I don't like.
He's in that college, like we don't shower kind of phase.
Yeah.
And the hair is just that awkward length.
Yeah, it's like we wake up, we smoke a ciggy, we don't brush our teeth.
No,
you know.
Yeah, he does love ciggies. That's a bummer.
Yeah, but I'm like, can we please
him
get
and Mima can take a smoke out back together.
And young Savannah. So Christine and David have come down because Janelle is like, oh God, I'm really scared to drive this thing. I can't.
She's like, no one else is gonna help me. And there's good old David, her brother husband.
I gotta say, I would never.
No.
I would be like, oh, I think I have surgery that day.
Do you think they really offered, or do you think Puddle Monkey was like, hey, good storyline, you guys helping Janelle?
I don't know. I wouldn't do it. And honestly, to be David and stuck in the U-Haul with Truly,
that was a miserable experience.
Well, here's the thing. She probably put her headphones on.
I hope so.
And just didn't speak the whole time, you know. I also imagined that David was like, oh, I brought a couple CDs, you know, and it's Disney soundtracks.
He's like, I want to listen to Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
He's like, no.
Under the sea.
Actually, poor Truly. She had to ride with David.
Down where it's wet, I take it from me. Yeah, I think that's like what he's doing there. You got a friend in me.
The whole way. Life is a highway. Truly's like, yeah, I'm gonna put my headphones in.
Let it go. Yeah, I think, but David singing them though is like, poor David.
Poor Truly.
Poor everybody. Poor us having to watch this stupid shit.
Poor David and Christine for having to help
Oh
Janelle move.
my goodness gracious. Janelle's like, I love Flagstaff. I love being out. I'm like,
she's like, I love the hiking, the fishing. I'm like, have you ever done that?
well, let's see it.
Like, yeah, they have that, but like, I feel like we've never. It would be a good storyline for her to go
like
fishing.
Me being like, I love to work out. It's like I love the idea of me working out, But when it comes time, it's like, no thanks.
Well, it was just like, yeah, have you gone camping?
I love
fishing?
being hot, but I ain't hot, Like it's. I don't know if you've ever done any of that stuff, Janelle. I don't know if you're really gonna miss it.
She's like, now I'm worried about the North Carolina move. I might have bit off more than I could chew.
Oh, to say
she's
that.
rethinking this a little bit. She's like, we've got to build houses.
Houses. So she's not moving in with
She's getting
them.
her own.
I think
she's getting her own appliance pantry.
Oh, thank goodness. Honestly,
she's gonna need for the bush brushes.
She's gonna need a giant like lazy Susan for her appliances. Like something she can spin them around. They're like, oh, what's behind that? Is that the master bedroom? And it's like, no, that's my appliance.
No, I want her
closet.
to have where you open the cabinet.
Yeah,
and it looks like a regular cabinet.
We said that last time.
Yeah, she needs that.
Okay.
With the giant lazy Susan.
Truly, I gotta say, Truly's vibe in this episode, she's giving off like a mafia mobster.
I love it for her.
Like I'm waiting for her to like say hello to my little friend and then like open it up. Yeah.
I feel like she has some life in her, but she dresses like she's just like a black soul. Like she's like, I hate the world.
Right. But it's like, I don't think she does.
No, I feel like she's kind of like a little bit more of like a bubbly Disney personality. But
I gotta say, I think Truly's growing on me now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a mold.
People will be happy to hear that.
Growing on me like a mold. It's not like I want it, but it's there. But I feel like I'm coming around to Truly a little bit. Yeah.
You like her style?
Yes.
You want to go to Hot Topic with her?
Guys, as we're getting ready to leave, this is the climax of the episode.
There was still so much stuff in her storage unit. How many trips is this going to take?
I'm honestly like, just set it on fire. Why don't you just let that thing go to auction?
Like she's going to have that forever.
I'll come do the auction.
That's right. Let us have the keys.
Just let it go. We'll just, we'll take care of it.
We'll clean it up and we'll take what we want.
Please. Let's do that. So, anyways, as we're getting ready to leave, and the music even turns dramatic. This is when they're in editing and they're like, hey, what's like our big moment this season? They're like, right from the get, we're going to get people hooked into the episode. And that is that as we're leaving out. Well, first Janelle gets in the truck.
Tongue out.
Full tongue out.
She's focused. She's focused on this move.
Oh, God.
She had so many tongue out moments this episode.
The whole time.
That tongue was hanging.
tongue was hanging out. When Cody said, like, they're sad dogs looking for, I'm like, well.
Dogs begging to be in this family.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So David goes to leave first, and Janelle's telling Christine, and Janelle's already clocking this. She's like, Christine, that gate closes really fast. Guys, hold on to your fucking pants, because we have never seen Janelle so activated.
We've seen her whole family fall apart, and I've never seen her have this much emotion.
No, never. I have never seen this side of Janelle ever. And she's like, he can't stop, he can't stop, he can't stop, he can't stop, he can't stop. I'm like,
she did not want to pay the fee on that U-Haul.
No.
For a ding.
No, absolutely not.
I was like, pretty sure the gates will probably open, right? Like, do they close on cars? I've never seen it happen. She wasn't
willing to test it. But this is the climax of the episode. This is when we hit our stride.
I have never seen her.
And after this, it's all downhill. That's it.
That was it. Just watch that far.
That's the end of the podcast. So, I've literally never seen this from her. And then once he gets through, she's like, fucking hell.
Christine, that closes so fast. Christine's like, okay. I feel like Christine was like, well, okay, I got it.
I know. Well, as Janelle's freaking out, Christine's just putting her hand out the window, like, keep going.
Go ahead, David.
I'm like, Janelle, what got into her?
She didn't want to pay for the ding.
Wow.
You know how much U-Haul charges if you crash that thing?
I mean, we have literally seen this family go through so much,
right?
And I've never seen her. We've seen her become a grandmother. We've seen Maddie push out a baby out of her vagina
in her mom's bed.
We've seen her wear a gorgeous extension ponytail. We've seen her
say "fuck you" to Cody, but didn't have this much emotion.
That fight did not have this emotion.
No,
she was activated.
She was ready to go.
I'm like, I don't know.
Moving stresses her out.
Oh, it's PTSD. Yeah. She's like, I can't move without thinking about fucking Cody, because it's always fucking miserable. I do think, like, okay, so Janelle moved I know there was stuff before the Lehigh house, but since we've known her, Lehigh house, Vegas rental, Vegas house, then Flagstaff rental. She was in that house, the first house. Then she went to another house. Then she went to the student apartment, and then the nice apartment. 7 times since we've known her.
Probably in the last 7 years.
Probably. Well, right? The show's longer than 7 years.
No, I know, but since Lehigh, yeah. I was gonna say, maybe since Vegas, it's been 7 years.
But it's like
it's a lot of moving.
It is a lot of moving.
No wonder she just wanted the RV.
Sometimes I think, and I'll
RV.
go on Zillow.
The RV.
Oh, right, into the RV. 8 different places this woman has lived. I sometimes I'll go on Zillow and I'm like, oh, this would be such an awesome house. And then I think about all the shit in this house. And I'm like, never mind.
Right.
That's
just remember
much.
This. Just remember how much activated Janelle was.
I love Christine coming in being like, people do compare me and Janelle to Thelma and Louise. I'm like, no, they don't. Honestly, you guys are giving like not even the Golden Girls, She's
like, we haven't like killed anyone or robbed anyone yet. I was like,
okay. Now we get a shot of Cody very pensive. He's driving off Coyote Pass, and he's in his leather jacket. He's feeling like, oh, the world is against me.
A land of broken dreams.
It was not meant for me to know that Janelle was moving. What kid slipped the fuck up? And we've talked about this.
Yeah, we believe it was McKelty.
We believe it's McKelty, but we believe it was
what other kids talked to him?
No one.
Robyn's kids wouldn't know.
No
one else talks to him. It had to be McKelty.
We believe that it went like this. McKelty was like, oh yeah, mother's going down to Flagstaff to help Janelle move. I
don't say anything.
To tell you that.
Never tell that I told you that.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. But again, that's like producer credits. Again.
I know.
McKelty is always producing.
She's always working.
She's always working. You know
working. What? We need her. We need her in the editing bay.
So he's like,
it had to be her.
He's just, I am pissed. Why would she not tell me that? I see someone like Meri. I see her as a friend. Like the friend that you love to talk shit about.
Not anymore.
Meri's your Karen friend.
Meri just said on her like Friday with Friends or whatever it is that she doesn't think she's Cody's favorite wife anymore. They apparently had a big fight.
Isn't it crazy? Meri got more activated over him calling
her friend
Jen a bitch.
I know.
Than all the shit he has said and done about her.
Oh, you know what else she said on there?
What?
She said that she went, this is so good if you guys didn't see this. Cody one time in Vegas took her art shopping. So she thought.
Yeah. He
got there. He was making a payment on one of the pieces of art. And she's like, I was looking around. I was like, oh, I would love to have this one. I really like this one. He told her, you can go look at that one at Robyn's house. First of all, to take her to go pay your payment on Robyn's art piece and then tell her she can look at it at her house.
Yeah.
And that didn't cause her to leave.
Usually on Valentine's Day, I'll take the mistress over to the grocery store, pick up your flowers,
I was like, Meri, my God. You put up with so much shit.
My God.
Oh my God. And yeah, apparently she's not the favorite anymore. She's not the favorite anymore after her and Jen were activated. Okay?
Yeah. So then he's like, and I'm so happy to see Christine finding the love.
Right.
Okay. When did that happen? But then he's like, Janelle was different. We could have worked this out. When did you ever put forth effort to work it out with Janelle?
It's so weird that he thinks like him. I feel like he thinks that because he's like, Janelle never put up a fight. Like she's easy to keep around.
Yeah.
But she's finally leaving. And I love that Janelle's just like, why would I tell him I'm moving? He's not in my life anymore.
It's so insane to me. Like, where is this fucking coming from?
I don't know.
You're exhausting. This man is so incredibly exhausting. Now, we're going to talk about something very quickly. Okay. Because we've not really talked about this much on the podcast. And I want to talk about the timeline of this all.
Okay.
Because we know that Garrison passed.
Yes.
Okay. And I think that was on March 5th.
Mm-hmm.
So Garrison passed on March 5th. I believe that this scene was filmed early April.
Yeah.
So
there's Easter decor.
There's a little bit, it's a little bit cleaned up.
Yeah. And Easter was early, like March 31st or something.
Yeah. And so I feel like it's probably.
And according to the church page, the baptism was like April
24th, I think.
24th. Yeah. I wrote it down. Let me see.
So
April 28th. And
April
Robyn
28th.
wrote a review on that lion shirt she wore in the baptism on April 17th on Etsy. She loves a review.
Okay. So here's the thing that why I think this is important,
Mm-hmm.
because I where my head goes is the fact that production was so quick to pick cameras back up.
I can't believe they were already
and
filming
pretend
so soon.
like everything was normal, because if you notice, it's cold out when Janelle's moving,
Mm-hmm.
but
Janelle's move was January 5th or
they
something.
show snow on the outside of Kody and Robyn's house when they do the outside shot. But when we go inside, you can tell it's not,
No.
it's warm outside.
No.
It's not cold.
With Janelle and Christine, with Thelma and Louise, we're in January.
We're in January.
But with Kody and Robyn, we're in April.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just think, and you had even said, well, maybe that's why he got emotional when he said, like,
I
God,
hope
where are you?
so.
But then he says, that anger I'm feeling is about my family falling apart.
I know. I don't know. You can only hope that he has some emotions.
I don't even want to say that, but it's just, I think the quickness of it all is what makes me feel so uncomfortable. And then I'm going to say this, I don't know, I'll probably get canceled for this, but I said before we started looking at the timeline,
Mm-hmm.
I said when we were in Robyn's house, I was like, I'm like, they have so much life in them right now. Like, and I just said that, like, and I told you that. And then it was like on my fourth time, I started thinking about the timeline. And then I was like, hold on a second. This doesn't seem right. And that's when we did the deep dive. And I'm pretty sure this was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody grieves in different ways and everyone, but I know,
but production was like, hey, we need to get you on camera because here's the thing.
We need Aurora's baptism.
I think part of the reason this season is so incredibly boring is I think we took a lot out and we did a lot of reshooting.
Yeah.
And so because
I also
of that,
think we're taking a break because we're still working.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I believe. I believe we're still putting it together.
So I just think keep that in your mind moving forward. When you watch it, if you watch it again, if you watch it for the first time, it's just you see it totally differently.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had to say that, but moving on. Now Cody's busy. He's trying to turn Robyn on. He's like, oh yeah, you see me doing these dishes? You see me doing these dishes?
When I watched this was like, how does this all work with like filming? So Puddle Monkey comes over and Cody's like, hey, how about we start the shot with me washing dishes?
Well, like, I'm like, who sat down and was like, we've got a storyline. Awowah is looking to get baptized. How about we talk about this on an episode?
And we'll start with Kody washing dishes, trying to turn Rob. Like, it just, when you think about like the behind the scenes,
yes,
like, pull
and
it
I'm like,
back.
Okay,
you're like,
Aurora,
this is so
come
weird.
up the stairs now.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you guys are together. Good.
Phew, I'm glad I caught you both.
I was like,
and
okay,
the cameras.
Community or Coyote Pass Community Theater. Are you kidding me? Like
Robyn, like, what you doing?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, what were we gonna film if Awowah didn't come up the stairs? You guys fucking in the kitchen? I would have rather watched that. I would have rather watched Robyn drop down to her knees and service Kody than to watch this bullshit scene. You know, this show is so stupid. But Cody's like, yeah, I'm trying to turn Robyn on. She's like, the quickest way to a woman's heart is to clean her house. And then Kody says that when he gets out of the shower, he says he puts a towel on, and I do not believe it to be true.
I don't believe it either.
I think he stands there with his little dick.
I think he does just, like the helicopter. And
I don't even think he can helicopter.
What he says he does is flexes. He's always looking for Robyn's attention.
Oh God!
Like, really? That's who's you had 3 other women and you want Robyn's attention.
If I lived with Robyn, I would try to avoid her attention.
Me too. I'd be like, oh, thank God this house is big.
And it's like, okay, he's trying to do the helicopter, and Robyn's just like, I'm tired.
I'm so tired.
It's like you're gonna take a fucking nap. Like I didn't need to hear this.
No, it's weird how like horny he is for her.
Oh,
isn't
so
it weird?
Horny.
Like I'm like,
but
all
is he
this time
overcompensating?
I almost feel like he's like, I don't really like her that much.
Justin Bemis and Butthead. Like
he wanted to.
There's something just off.
I
Something's
hope Justin
astray.
Bemis is running
for the hills.
I think Kody wants to either wear his skin or fuck him.
So Awowah, let's remind you, at this point in the show, she's 22 years old. Okay, she comes up. Oh, good, you're both here. Perfect. I didn't know if I'd find you both up here with production and mic'd up, and I'm mic'd up too. I walk into the scene mic'd up. I came from upstairs and I'm mic'd up. Like I know that normally it's like. It just this felt more contrived than anything else we've seen.
So staged,
so incredibly staged.
Yeah.
And when she came up in those fucking floral jeans again. First of all, though, I will say this: I didn't know the girl had an ass on her. I did not know she had a booty on her. Like listen, she's been doing
She's her mama's little diesel jeans model.
She's been doing some praying on those knees. I'll say that, like she had a booty, and I didn't know that. And that's about the only compliment I'm going to give her. But those jeans are so fucking ugly.
They're so ugly. And Christine had a pair on that were almost the same. I was like, why are we doing that? No. Don't get your fashion advice from Sister Wives.
Please, golly. So Cody's like, yeah, what do you got to say to us, little baby girl? Huh? What you gonna say? And
then when he's like leaning over the couch, like,
well,
yeah,
they're
so
like,
weird.
oh wait, it's something actually serious. You want to really like talk to? You want us to really listen?
Okay.
You want us to listen?
Leaning in.
She's like, yeah, come lean in.
It was so strange.
It's so awkward. And again, because we know this is staged, like, why are we doing this?
I don't know.
And when he leaned in, that is probably the worst shot we ever got of his hair.
It was so bad. I was like, don't lean in again.
Those bangs are falling forward, and we see that
why
skin
is he not
band.
just constantly wearing like a hat?
Right?
Know? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, you need to be wearing your visor.
I have a full head of hair, and I wear a hat all the time because it's a mess. Like, I couldn't imagine if I had this hair just
you're
out
being
there
filmed,
free-balling it.
and everyone posts pictures of your skin headband.
Honestly, if I had his hair, I would wear a hat to fuck you. I'd wear a hat in the shower.
He should be wearing a beanie at all times.
Yes, something.
Honestly, he should just cut it.
Yeah, well, that's what he should do, but we're not going to ever get that. No.
Season 35 of Sister Wives, it's just going to be like the top's going to be bald and he's just going to have a ponytail of that curls in the back.
I think, though, that at some point, Tim Gibbons is going to be like, hey, we need a storyline. Can we cut the hair? And they're like, he's like, we have nothing else. And it'll be in people. It'll be in touch. Like,
I think
it'll be a huge, like, Cody will go out and about with like a wig and a hat on because we can't. You know what's gonna be?
It's gonna be like The Bachelor.
No,
when they're like a couple and they have to go out in disguises.
No, it's gonna be like Kylie Jenner's pregnancy, the first one. You know how she hid from everybody? That's going to be Cody. It's like paparazzi are gonna be out on Coyote Pass.
We can't know until the date that this episode releases that he cut his hair.
Which will be, I mean, he's gonna be in hiding for what, 5 years? It takes.
It's gonna take a long time.
Edit that shit. I really do feel like
I believe they've already asked him several times for that storyline, and he's put the kibosh.
Well, they need to come hire me. Because I'm going to just tell him I'm going to shoot it to him straight. I'm going to say this show is going to be canceled. The viewership is dropping off like flies.
I think if he ever hires a PR team and tries to do like an apology tour, the haircut should be on that.
Yes.
You know, like I think it'd be like, I'm a new me. I cut my hair. I'm apologizing to my kids. I'm being a good person.
I think let Meri and Jen cut his hair for him. That would be a good apology. You know? Let him
Jen does not want to be around him again.
I think she does. I think Jen loves to fight. So
she worked at a prison before, you know that?
Oh, I heard that. Yeah. I was like, what? So
that made me like her more.
Yeah, I gotta talk to you guys about something like really important. You know, it's really important. Again, she's just as constipated as Brianna.
Why is she so nervous?
And I'm thinking like, okay, she's nervous. She's telling her parents like, she's gonna say like, I'm gay. I'm pregnant. I need to go to rehab. I'm a stripper. I started an OnlyFans. A woman is trying to kill me for sleeping with her drug addict husband, and I'm going to rehab, and I'm pregnant with this baby. Like
I rolled a car 10 times, and then Tom Girardi put up.
Like the nervousness that is coming off of her to have this conversation. I was like, oh, buckle up. We got a big one here.
You should have known it was a big fat
nothing. Well, here's the thing. We already saw the preview. I knew it wasn't, but it's like, if I was going into this blind and I've never seen this, I'm like, uh-oh, she's got bad news.
Really? I just want to ask you guys if I'm allowed to get baptized by my pastor.
Is it okay to get baptized? Do I get the A-okay on them? Like, you're 22 years old. You don't even need a permission slip to go to Planned Parenthood, girl. Get the fuck out of this house.
She had to ask if it was okay to go to church. Her mommy had to go with her to make sure the church wasn't full of predators.
Right.
And then now she's asking if it's okay if she gets baptized?
Girl, at 22 years old.
There's something not right here at this house.
No. Something's very disturbing.
Yeah.
It's very disturbing. I'm like, 22 years old, you're in college, you're getting wasted, you're taking it in the ass, you're experimenting with other girls, you know, like what?
Also, Cody said when they're 18, they're out.
Yeah.
And it's like, here she is 22, I'm going to ask if it's okay if she goes to church.
Such a little bitch, you know? It's like, you need some real life experience. Yeah. I imagine that Robyn's going to go to her first day of work, wherever that may be, which is probably going to be like a bookstore.
Do you think she's ever had a job?
No. I think
So
that,
weird.
well, yeah, she babysits Saul and Ari
Okay.
sometimes.
You're right. That's her job.
She's got a babysitting gig,
You
but she
can't
can
get a
never
job
babysit
because-
anyone else.
No. She can't get a job because mommy needs her to watch the tenders.
Yeah, I do not understand. They're like, it
Can
is.
you imagine her working at like a fast food station? Oh, do you want fries too? I gotta ask my parents if it's okay to get fries.
Oh God, my mom's here with me. This is gonna be like a big ball. So Aurora then has to justify this. She's not like, Papa, don't preach. I'm keeping this baby. It's not that. That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. She's getting permission. She's like, this church is like really helping me grow closer to God, and it's been really good for me. And Robyn's like, baptized to the church? Oh,
Cody's like,
this
so
is a
like,
big tell.
you're gonna be like getting baptized for that church? She's like, no, for God, for God, not for the church.
Oh God,
It doesn't matter about the church.
baptism. Oh God. And I'm like, honestly, it's like you could just jump into a fucking baptism pool right now,
Right.
and just call it. Honestly, we saw Vicky Gunvalson get baptized, or no, we saw Tamara Judge get baptized in a Motel 6 pool. It's the same thing.
We saw Mariah Plath get baptized by
In
her
that
father
nasty,
in that
dirty
nasty
water.
pond. It doesn't matter. Someone just pours water on you. You can be baptized.
Good manga. Like, I do not understand how this is such a big deal. She's 22 years old.
Because it's Aurora.
I'm
and
like,
it's Robyn.
I'm hoping at some point we find out she's fucking her pastor. Like, let's live a little bit here. God, Flagstaff is so fucking boring. No one's doing anything fun
That's why
here.
everyone moved away.
So she's
Wow.
like, Aurora's panicked. Like, she's thinking like,
Yeah.
oh God, they're gonna say no.
And then
Oh,
they're like
God.
questioning her. They're basically like, what does baptism mean to you? I'm like, she has to answer the questions correctly for this to be okay. Like,
Yes.
it's so weird.
And then she gives this answer. She's like, oh, baptism is like, it's about making a decision that I want a relationship with God and no other guys. And it has nothing to do with the church. And they're like, Robyn's like, wow.
that was a great answer, baby.
That was a really great answer. As if we didn't fucking stage this.
And Cody's
if we
like,
didn't work on this beforehand.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
But then she's like, okay, so it's good. He's like, whoa, I didn't say that. I'm still suspicious here. I'm still suspicious. We got to keep talking about this a little bit. So this pastor guy, is he, is he good looking? Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Does he like me?
It makes no sense to me.
Does he watch our show?
Does
Does he know who I am?
If I get there, she can ask me for an autograph. Is she gonna? Honestly, I would have gone if I had known the day. I would have gone and got baptized that day.
I know, and we've seen the pictures. Cody baptizes her.
Yeah, I'd be
Which
like,
is what she
"Excuse me,
asked next."
Sir, my dad couldn't make it. Could you baptize me too?
Cody's just dunking you.
Imagine a picture of me coming out of the water and Cody's holding me.
Seems a bit sacrilegious. I feel like you'd be doomed.
Honestly, with all I've done, what's one more thing? What's one more
Like,
thing?
I did it for the pic. Me and Cody.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, here's the thing.
His arms did look good in the picture.
When I get to the pearly gates and God's like, hey, we got a couple things we need to talk about. Number one, you fucked your pillow quite a bit. Okay. Number two, you got baptized for a joke. And I would
From
say,
a reality TV star.
I would say, Lord, it was to help others laugh. It was to make others laugh.
I'm always here for putting a smile on someone else's face.
I commit to the bit. So they're like, okay, so, tell us more about this. She's like, well, this is my declaration to God and saying, I love you, God. And I'm putting my faith in God. And they're like,
okay,
wow.
She's doing it. She's doing it right.
And Cody's like, I have always wanted my kids to find their way to God. And none of those other fuckers have, because Christine is Satan herself.
Christine's turned all her kids away from the church. Look how Truly's dressing.
And then he looks at her and he's like, I am so proud of you. None of those other Browns have heard that.
They've never heard that.
No.
Nope.
Maybe
Not in a
Logan.
long time.
Maybe Logan at one
The
point.
older ones, maybe at one point, but it's been a long time.
Savannah's never heard I'm proud
No
of
way.
you.
He
No.
doesn't even know Savannah's name.
He calls her Hannah. He's like, hey, Hannah. She's like, Savannah. It's got an S at the front. Savannah. Unfortunately.
He definitely spells it with two N's.
And then Aurora's crying, and then Cody starts trying to push out some tears. And he does this face where it's like, okay, when you are like you could shit, but you want to just get a fart out. And you got to really focus. You got to really focus to make sure nothing slips. And you just kind of like focus and you're just like, that's what his face looked like. I've made the face many a times. And he's like, sometimes I felt like God is just this wind beneath my wing.
I feel on top of the world with God sometimes, and other times
I'm soaring through. I'm wind beneath my wings. And then other times I'm asking him, where are you, God?
And
It's
this
me,
is where I hope that this was
Margaret.
real emotions about something else, and they just didn't say that in the confessional.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Now, my favorite
We
part
can
of the
only hope.
entire episode, and I've watched the episode 7 times, but I've watched this 72 times because it brings me so much joy. So Aurora's super choked up. Cody's choked up. Robyn's trying to cry. And she's like completely losing her shit. And she's like, so I wanted to ask you if you would baptize me with my bastard. She says bastard, but I
The
believe
captions say with my master.
yeah.
It sounds like she says bastard, but
Yes.
she's talking about her pastor.
And she's got such a frog in her throat. She's like,
Will you baptize me with my master?
will you like baptize me with my bastard? Please, Daddy.
Cody's like,
Please, Daddy.
what does he think about that? Is that okay? She's like, he said it's okay.
Okay.
And Dad, he does watch the show, Dad, and he does like you.
Like, what the fuck? She's 22 years old.
Just like we've never seen so much emotion out of Janelle with the
Yeah.
gates closing on the U-Haul. I've never seen so much emotion out of Cody
No.
over being so proud of his baby for getting baptized.
22 years old.
22. His baby.
Like 22 years old. It's like she should be like skinny dipping in a pool and doing a threesome.
She's past that point at this age with like their religion they grew up in. She should have like 5 kids.
Well,
by now.
I'm not like I'm just saying like a normal college kid. Like
Yeah.
she should be at college parties getting
She should be getting wasted.
And let me say this. I didn't do any of that.
No.
I wasn't cool like
But
that.
she should at least be with her friends. She should at
Something.
least get to get out of the
She should
house.
have some friends.
Yeah.
I don't think she has friends. I bet you
Through the
anything-
church, I think she's got some friends.
I think
But
that-
it's only church activities.
I think that they don't actually like them.
No.
No. But they're like, we're at God's house. We have to be nice. You know?
Everyone has to be nice there.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, guys. Now hold on to your big beige panties because we are going down to Piera 1 for Lizzie's Heritage Inn. It is a retirement party for Madeline.
Again, we don't know who Madeline is, so this is a big storyline.
A huge storyline. They were like, cameras up.
Were they just like, we have to put Meri in here somewhere? What was this? Why
I-
do we care?
I have no idea. And I'm like,
We don't care about Meemaw Madeline.
could we have met Mima a week before or something? Just have some sort of
No, she
introduction,
just popped in here.
a little foreplay. It's like, am I supposed to be crying? Like, I'm waiting for vitamin C to come on and be like, how's ours change? Like, I have no idea who Madeline is. She's the cook.
And apparently she's the reason for the good reviews at Lizzie's.
Yeah. Now, I read some reviews
Mhm.
and I screenshot it and get
No.
it ready? No. But here's
There
what
was a lot of 1 stars.
Well, there's 5 stars, but the 5 stars are from people like, what's her name? Amber Malin. I wonder
Stayed
if
there
Amber Malin's
several
ever really
times.
stayed there, you know? But what I loved is someone went on and was like, the room was terrible, whatever, the house is dirty, yada, yada, yada. So Meri then replies and is like, I would love to
Is it
get
Meri or is it Jen?
It's somebody.
Okay.
It's Lizzie's.
It's
It's Lizzie's
Lizzie.
replying. And it says like, I would love to get more information, like your name and when you stayed, because we've had a couple people on here trolling us and leaving bad reviews despite never being here.
Oh.
And I was like, okay.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
I can see
It's-
people doing that though.
Well,
that is
just like-
that is shitty though.
I mean, I don't understand. Like, I would never stay at a B&B. You're telling me that, like, and also you don't have a bathroom in your room. So I get up in the night, okay?
You don't have a bathroom in your own room?
No, there's probably like 2 bathrooms in this whole place.
That is so weird. You
And
get
that-
home and you have to like shit and there's someone else using it.
Yeah, or like it's like, hey, hurry up! I need to take a shower. You know, I have to shower before
You used
bed.
all the hot water. Thank you.
Thanks a
Person
lot,
I don't know.
Fucking bitch.
I know. I think a B&B would be weird.
I would.
I'm all
never.
about my own hotel room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really want to share a common area.
No.
And I don't want to like go sit in the living room with Madeline and all the other guests.
I'm sorry, but Madeline, I don't think you're. I think she came from the school caf. You know, she was
She
a school
seemed like-
cafeteria lady.
Seemed like it.
It's like, okay, you know how to heat stuff. You know, but I really can't imagine the
She was
food there
5-star
is-
chef, baby.
You're getting scrambled eggs.
Like, is this the bear? Is Madeline on the bear?
No, not at all.
Yes, chef.
Oh my God. I feel like Madeline, when she comes in, I'm like, is she doing drugs? Does she have a TBI?
She's got a great body.
She has a great body for sure. And I don't know if that's like meth body or what, but she looks
Siggy
great.
snack body.
It's the Siggy snacks. I don't know, but I'm just like, she the way she moves through the inn.
Mm-hmm. Also, Meri was like, you are Lizzie's. Lizzie's is you. We love you so much. But like, they didn't seem to have a connection. Madeline didn't seem to have much personality towards anybody.
No.
Right?
But
like, it seemed
here's
very
what I thought
awkward.
was so crazy.
Or she just was nervous to be on camera.
She brought like her entire family.
I know.
Like, I feel like she flew family in.
And nobody talked.
For this event where she's going to be
where
honored.
Meri had some rolls in bags.
Don't get me started.
All prepackaged things for great chef Madeline.
Caitlin, when I saw those rolls, I immediately went to Google. I'm like, where do you find these?
Yeah.
Because I need to know what
were
this
they
brand...
gluten-free?
No, it was a million of them. Everyone had to have gluten-free. No, they were.
I know Jen is gluten-free, and I know with gluten-free stuff, they always put it in separate packages.
It was not, I don't believe gluten-free. Okay. I think that this was, it looks like what they would give you in the 90s when you're going on an airplane.
It did.
Or like if you are on a long flight and you get a meal.
It seemed very
like that's the roll
airplane-esque.
you get with it. And it's like, oh, thank you, And then they're like, is there any butter? And they're like, no, just eat it dry. Eat your fucking roll dry and be happy.
Only the best for you, Madeline.
Yeah, I'm just like, are you kidding me? Hire someone from Taco Bell to come down and make you some chalupas. Like anything would have been better than these rolls in the back. And Meri even was like, oh, I'm feeling kind of weird.
Get a big sub from the Subway gas station.
Seriously. Anything would have been better than this.
I know this was not.
She flew family in for this. She had family.
Everyone take your roll in your package.
And let me tell you this. There was tons of rolls left there because no one wanted that. No one was like, oh, I love a baggy roll.
Like, we're going to go home and have Madeline cook for us because she's
honestly,
actually good.
We're going to go down to the gas station and get beef jerky and it would be more fulfilling than this meal. It's so disgusting to me.
Meri is terrible at parties.
Oh, remember
for someone
when she
who
had
thought she was so good at it? It was the first.
It wasn't called Worthy Up at the time.
No, it was Real Life Retreat.
Yes, Real Life.
And she had like one bucket of ice cream and like 6 M&Ms for like a Sunday bar.
Yeah. And she was like, we did an awesome Sunday spread.
Like for someone who has hosted big parties and used to love to do the decor and the table spreads, you're not like Christine was the food girl, right?
It's also like you're cheap as
Meri
fuck.
was not doing well.
You were so cheap. And I'm like, I honestly feel like she went down to the Salvation Army and like stole these rolls from them. I
don't think they have food there.
They don't?
The Salvation Army is like Goodwill.
Oh, where's like she went to the food bank.
The soup kitchen.
She went to the soup kitchen. And now everyone is not going to get their chicken noodle soup with the roll because Meri came and stole them. That's what it feels like, And now everyone's sad about it. And then for her to wear that fucking Fallon Dandy shirt with a dandelion on it.
She loves a graphic tee, a stupid one.
Yeah, I always come for her wearing a graphic tee, and I wear a graphic tee almost every day. But it's
and
just
this is why I tell you, not to wear them.
I know,
but
but
look like Meri.
But it's like I've got something funny to say.
She thinks she does too. But she thought that was so clever.
You look so stupid.
She always looks stupid.
You look so incredibly stupid. And then Jen, of course, had to get Madeline a crown and a sash. And I'm like, could you have ironed it for? It was straight out of the bag. Honestly, it came in the same bags the rolls came in, and it was just like folded up origami style. And she just and then put it on her. Let's put a little effort into this. Could you have made a sash? Anything. This woman has lost so many hours of her life making scrambled eggs for your guests, and you couldn't even just show up even a minuscule amount for her party.
Nope.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
I mean, she's so good that we're literally Meri's considering closing the B&B because we don't have Madeline anymore.
Oh, I love when she's like and Jen's like, I know that sigh. You're ready.
We're closing up shop.
Now, this is where I start to lose my fucking mind because Jen uprooted her entire family to move to Parowan, and Meri's willing to shut this down, put Jen out of a job.
She still has her murder for hire business.
Okay, but she moved to Parowan to run the B&B, and Meri so flippantly is just like,
Shutting it down.
Yeah, you know.
Well, they have salty birches now.
Oh, what is a variety show?
A variety show. It is not a podcast. It is a modern day variety show. What is that going to be?
What the fuck? Like, can you do one thing that makes sense?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
She's so stupid.
I feel like she literally is like, what's the most confusing thing I could say about this?
Yes.
That's what I'm going to do.
And that's what I'm going to fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, poor Jen out of a job.
I also want to point out that the fridge in the kitchen has obviously been replaced over time.
Mhm.
I imagine at one point it was almost like one of those like industrial kitchen size or like big fridges. Because now we just have like a tiny little, like it opens on the top and the bottom. It's a piece of shit freezer and it does not fit. No, it's like so tiny. There's so much room around it and it's just like sitting there floating.
We couldn't get Madeline the best of the best appliances.
Poor Madeline. God, she's probably having to make everything in an easy bake oven because Mary's like, oh, I don't want to run the power too much. Yeah, so that's unfortunately. So
this
Mary's
whole party was just so stupid. There was no point.
We watched it.
I know.
I've watched it 7. I've been to this party 7 times. 7 times.
Did you have a roll?
No. I would. And here's the thing. I see those rolls. I'm not eating anything at that point. I'm so irritated to see that. Could you have unwrapped them at least and put them in a bag or like a bread basket so it looked like you had tried? Why are they individually wrapped?
I don't know.
It's very upsetting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the fucking grocery store and get a
French loaf.
Get a King's Hawaiian, at this
Those
point.
would be better than that.
Anything would have been better than this. Honestly, go to a bakery when they throw all the bread out at the end of the day and get that, and it would have been better than your individually wrapped, hard as a rock rolls. What the fuck they're called. I'm pissed off. So anyways, Mary's like, I think Lizzie's needs to be an event space. The B&B was never my dream.
Just having the house was my dream. I just had to tell everyone I was going to use it to make money.
Yes. And now that, we've rented it out 3 times a year,
mm-hmm.
I am like,
do they make any money?
No, there's no way.
Not even enough to pay the mortgage?
No.
Did they break even?
I think maybe it was enough to cover Jen being there. But it's like, what does Jen do all day? When nobody's there, it's like, I'm here to answer the phones.
I don't know.
Is she no one's there? Calling.
I don't know.
No one's fucking calling.
I feel like it's not even open most of the time. Like you can't even make a reservation.
So I thought to myself, all right, once she makes it an official event space, we need to rent it out. We need to do something.
Yeah, for sure.
We're having our family reunion in April with all the Patreon trash bags. We're having a Janelle party where everyone has to come dressed like Janelle, which I'm very excited for. But
next is going to be at Lizzie's.
I think so.
For sure.
Yes.
It'll have to be a smaller event.
Well, I think
there's only 4 rooms.
Do you think there's a hotel nearby?
It's at the base of Brian Head, a major ski resort.
So we all stay in Brian Head.
Don't you remember when she was trying to sell the B&B?
Yes.
It's a very popular place.
And what I think for that one would be fun is do the commitment ceremony again.
Yes,
and everyone,
at Lizzie's.
You can only wear one of the wives' dresses.
Maybe we can ask Meri if we can use the flowers. Surely she saved them.
Male, female, it doesn't matter. You need to wear one of the 4 wives' dresses. You need to come in your own.
Oh, but someone can be McKelty.
Oh, McKelty's also available. Yes.
She's an option.
That's about it. So that would be a fun time.
That would be fun.
Meri is, she's the head of Worthy Up. She is the Mel Robbins of MLMs. She is Tony Robbins. She is changing lives. And this woman sits here and she takes money from people to give them a bunch of word salad that means absolutely nothing. And then, but it's all about your self-worth. But she is so eager to find a man, completely leave her life behind and just do, because she's like, well, I don't even know this is going to be my house. Because if I find a man in Minnesota, I'm going. I
was like, so you're going to worthy up by just like making your life whatever man you find.
Yeah.
I know.
How about you live a fucking life?
Literally does not worthy up at all.
No.
Like Meri, I know you've been alone for a while, but how about you make a man who wants to live at Lizzie's?
You're unworthy.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm sorry, but
how about you find a man who can fit into your life?
I'm back. You're pathetic.
Yeah,
I'm back.
She is. After the art story, I was like, all right, I'm done.
And you're still like, oh, he's gonna love me eventually. Girl.
Joke's on you, Cody. I didn't wait 20 years. I only waited 13.
And then I'm pissed off because we're definitely skipping over Amos.
We are.
I'm like,
she's like,
I've
I've dated people who I've dated a couple times, like multiple dates with. I've had people that I had to block. I've had people that I've had to say this isn't working.
Okay.
She's not to block anybody.
When she said she needed to block people, I thought to myself, Meri, no one was that interested. When you block people, like that takes a lot to block somebody. She did not block.
You know what Meri should
anybody.
do?
What?
Well, we've started Love After Lockup. I feel like Meri should write to a prisoner.
Yes, I think that would be good.
I feel like that'd be up her alley.
I think that's, he can't go anywhere.
No.
He has nothing else to do.
No.
But listen to her and talk to her. And
it's perfect for her.
Make her the center of his world.
She
needs that. Now, unfortunately, though, well, the good thing is we know she can wait a while.
Yeah.
So let's
she can hold on.
Yes. But let's say at the end of that 15-year sentence, he gets out and he's like, oh, I want to go. It's like another heartbreak for Meri. But at least she got 15 more years of loving. I think that would
probably love her more than Cody did.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
More action.
So anyways, Jen's like, you could have 4 husbands living in the B&B, like some brother husband situation. Ew. No one wants to fuck Meri.
Meri's like, I am not interested in polygamy. Like, we know,
Meri.
We all know. She's kidding. She's just joking. But Jen is just joking.
I'm just, again, I know I said this, but I'm just so pissed about Amos because that was going to be a good storyline.
Why did we? Yeah.
But instead, she was trading stories. She was like, hey, I know that my whole Amos fall apart was going to be a total storyline, but Madeline's retiring. And so what if I give you this story and
why did she not give us
we kill this one?
Why?
Because she's an idiot. We wanted to see you go.
Puddle Monkey's an idiot. Why don't they say, this is your real life? We have to show it.
I truly, do it. Grace Wooly Brown, believe that Meri fucked him.
You think?
I think so.
I don't know. I feel like Meri's the kind of person who'd be like, not till we're married.
No. I think that she wanted to do anything she could to get back at Cody.
And she was like, now I'm officially divorced. I feel like she would have said, I'm officially divorced.
No, because it was Amos. And she's pretending it doesn't exist. But I think that she hopped on that dick real quick.
I hope she did, honestly.
But it wasn't good. Amos
was a con man. He probably was great.
No, but he's like a little bit older. It's like it's not getting all the way hard, It's a little limpy. So you gotta focus on that. So
maybe he took a pill.
I'm just like, Meri, stop acting like everyone wants your pussy.
Right?
Nobody wants you. You're pathetic. You're unworthy. Unless you're listening, then I say, oh my God, Meri.
Worthy up, Meri.
Please.
Don't base your life on a man.
Take your own advice, Meri.
Seriously, work on your own self-esteem, and have a man come into your life and fit into that box.
Yeah. All right, let's go back on the road again with Janelle, Christine, David, and Truly. And David's once again singing his favorite Disney tunes, Life is a highway. Woo! I want to ride it.
Did you notice Janelle with her earphone in too? I feel like she was like, okay, you can chat all you want, Christine, but I'm listening to my Gardening for Dummies podcast.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
I feel like or she was on like walkie-talkie with David. Where they were caravanning.
Okay.
She was like, go for David.
Go for Janelle. Yes. Right. Can you turn down the Little Mermaid soundtrack, please? I cannot hear you.
Okay. Up ahead, I see a tire in the road.
So Janelle just kind of thinking about, like maybe we could like pull off here and go to that one store, over there, think about go with that to do.
Go for David. Pulling off the road. Do not take the U-Haul on the dirt road. I do not want to pay for the tires.
I felt like watching Christine and Janelle. It was David and Christine all over again. Christine's like, oh my God, yeah. So it's like, I'm having like so much fun. And I used to be like sad about it, but like now I don't. And I just, and I have these scary dreams about it. And it's just like, I'm so scared.
Do you have dreams? Do you have nightmares about something married to Cody,
God.
Janelle?
And then I'm just, Janelle, and Janelle's like,
no, I don't even think about him.
I've never thought about him since I left. No, I actually don't dream. I have no dreams. Okay. Janelle is David and Christine is still Christine. Christine's gonna Christine.
That's why Christine loves David.
I'm just
because it's Janelle.
Christine loves to chat. Christine hates McKelty so much because they both talk over each other.
Also, like we went on this long road trip and we never even had a snack.
Well, we cut a lot out. But it's like that would have been more interesting.
I know.
To see them have a
like,
snack.
what was your snack of choice?
Would have been so much more interesting.
Janelle totally does beef jerky.
So Christine's like, yeah, she does.
Or like sunflower seeds. That's in a cup.
Christine's like, I have these nightmares sometimes that like I'm still with Cody and you
I'm
guys
like,
are all
where's
there.
David? And we're all in the same house together.
And I wake up and I've wet the bed. I've got a big wet spot. Because but I love Dave. David's my man. I don't ever want Kody back. David's like such a good lover. He's such a good lover. And anytime he's in my ear, he's just like,
baby, that feel good. I got dick inside you. Yeah, I'm gonna destroy that pussy. I'm gonna destroy that pussy. You better careful. You better careful. Okay, yeah. Yeah. That felt real good. That felt real good. Thank you.
something's mentally wrong with me.
I know.
But yeah, Janelle's like, yeah, I don't ever think about him.
No.
She's like, you don't really?
She's like, what was like the final straw with you guys, Janelle? And Janelle's like, it just slowly died. I think we just fizzled out.
Yeah,
We're just hate each other.
I love when they're having the conversation and Christine's like, well, he took you on that like fancy dinner for your birthday, were you guys gonna fuck or whatever? And Janelle's like, we flash back, we see Kody being like, where's the best restaurant in Arizona? Where she's like, oh, probably have to be Mariposa. And he's like, I got it.
And she's like, honey, you got a reservation? Cool.
Oh my.
Which remember,
honey. Yeah.
It's not hard to get one.
No.
But Kody acted like he was a celebrity for that.
Also, it was 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 3 p.m. reservation.
Yeah. Janelle's like, honestly, I had nothing else to do for my birthday. The kids were all busy.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I do want dinner.
Yeah.
So I was kind of using him.
I love that. This is where, like, when people don't understand why it is that Janelle's queen, this is why. Because Christine doesn't stop talking about Kody.
Yeah.
Meri doesn't stop talking about Kody. If you're still talking about him, you're still thinking about him.
You still care.
Janelle's like, why?
She's like, I used him for a free dinner date. I'd love to go to Mariposa and have it paid for.
Oh, yeah. I'm in shock Kody didn't split the bill.
I know. Me too.
He's like,
he got it out of the family pot.
Halfsies? How about we go halfsies?
That was out of that family business account he closed.
Oh, well, here's the thing. When Janelle tries to go for her money out of Robyn's house,
he's going to be like, yeah, Mariposa dinner, I'm taking that out.
Yeah, sorry. You're a $95 meal. No, I'm taking that out. No. And I'm taking my part out too. Not splitting it. Not splitting it. I'm taking the whole thing out. Yeah.
Janelle's like, Christine tries to tease me that Kody like wanted more during that date. I'm like, and Janelle's like, I don't think so. I don't think he did.
But then we have to cut to Kody, who once again is like, all I was thinking about was just that we are in the friend zone. If Robyn sees this.
I didn't want more from Janelle. I wasn't looking for Janelle to take me in the back of the Lexus.
My shy, pretty wife at home. And that's at what point does it feel like Kody's cheating on Robyn? That's what I want to know.
I feel like he's felt that for a long time.
Like, I would love to be able to, if I had one question. No. Okay. When I get to God.
Okay.
And whether I get to stay or not I'm just gonna. Can I get a couple questions?
Can I ask a few questions?
Number one, Jean Bonnet. Please, do me the service of that. Number two, I feel like I had another one. Probably number three, though. I'm gonna be like, when did Kody feel like he was cheating on the wives?
When did he stop fucking everyone?
Or when did he feel like he was cheating on Robyn?
When's the last time he had sex with each of the wives? That's what I want to know.
Can you play it back for me?
And what do they do with all their money?
Yeah. I was thinking about this. When we see Janelle driving and, she's going along, she's got her Oakleys on, she's living her best life.
In her blue truck.
How did this woman become a reality star?
I don't know.
Like, it's so weird.
She's like the least likely reality star.
She is the most unsuspecting reality TV star. If you lined up 100 women and you said one of these women is a reality TV star, she would have been my pick 101. Because I would have gone for the person asking the question before I asked if Janelle was her. I never would have thought in a million years that Janelle would be.
She's just a simple gal.
She is a simple gal, She loves her Oakleys. She loves her blue truck.
But she makes great reality.
Where was Beavis and Butthead, the dog?
Oh, I don't know.
We didn't see.
Where were the dogs?
We didn't see Persnickety and whatever their names are. Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill.
We didn't see Jack.
Bryn.
Where was Bryn?
Bryn and Jack.
Bryn, where are you at? Are you up front with Truly?
I don't know. Maybe Bryn was like sitting low.
I bet you she drugs Bryn. She's like, it's just going to be easier if she passes out for the whole
Bryn
ride.
is back.
Yeah, Bryn's just like drooling out her mouth.
Much like her post that seemed like Bryn was dead, but she wasn't.
Oh my God. Kody's just such a stick in the mud. It pissed me off. I'm just like, the only thing I was thinking about was being in the friend zone. Okay, Okay, like just laugh about
Just
it.
say like, yeah, I was hoping to get my dick sucked one last time.
Yeah, one
baby.
last time, a parting gift. Okay, like everyone wants their dick sucked.
But I am just so proud of our queen.
I
I
love
just
her.
used him for dinner. And for her to
I
say
love
that, like,
that.
I want so badly, this better
Mhm.
be on one of the talkbacks.
Yeah.
To see his reaction to her saying
No,
that.
because Meri said they already did like the talkbacks, or did they do the talkbacks? They
did the one-on-one.
So stupid. I don't know.
The talkbacks, they have to have like the whole season, right? They can't just talk back to the first couple episodes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So then do we get 20 episodes
I don't
of
know.
talkbacks?
Meri said on one of her videos, somewhere where she's doing something.
Whether it's Meri Loves Mondays,
Monday,
Mary's Tits
Friday
Tuesday,
with Friends,
Friday with
Salty
Friends.
Birches. I don't know. She said they extended the season by 7 episodes.
Okay.
So does that mean we have 7 more coming now?
Who asked for 7 more episodes?
I don't know.
And what's great, like what you don't understand
And this is what we have for an episode.
is like we literally make money off this show. And
Mhm.
I am saying it's horrible.
You better take that back.
I'm just saying, I'm speaking the truth, and I'm still going to be here. All of you are still going to be here. Everyone is still going to be here because there's something not
Because
right
it's
about
like
us.
a train wreck. We can't look away.
It's not even a train wreck at this point. The train is stopped at a station.
It's just like a slow moving train.
It's like the Casey Jr. at Disneyland. You know, like we have nothing. Nothing is happening. Awowah is going to
What?
try and get baptized.
We're going to Plot's Plot.
All right, let's talk about Plot's Plot. Because it's this orange. Now, I will say this. I did Google how long it would take me to get there.
Yeah. Did we want to go there? Maybe get a little souvenir? Yes. But
But
then I was
then
like, I feel like
Caitlin
that's
put the
bad.
kibosh on
I
it.
feel like it's bad juju. They're leaving behind part of their life. And if we go take it, we're screwing that all up.
You're right. You're right. But I was ready and willing to drive 3.5 hours.
I mean, I'll go look, but I'm not taking.
It's not going to. Someone else probably went and grabbed
You
it.
think?
after
Without
this.
a crystal ball.
Probably, yeah. Without a crystal balls there, taking it.
Someone with less morals than us.
Yeah, which is hard to find.
know.
It's pretty hard to find, but there's always one out
There's always
there.
somebody. Actually, probably Cody. He's probably out there like, they can't move on. I'm taking it.
Yeah, I could see that. So it's this bright orange shed in the middle of nowhere, and David's just like, what's it called again? I'm like, it's a big fucking sign on the side that says Plot's Plot. What do you mean? What is it? What do you fucking mean? He's like, what's the name of this again? Can you read? Get your fucking readers out, man. It shows you right there. Plot's Plot. But this is a place where you go and you leave stuff when you're transitioning and you leave it behind.
Mhm.
You're leaving
to start your new life.
You're leaving that behind. You're going forward. You know,
So they
it's-
all have something they're leaving with a note of why they're leaving it.
Now, here's where I am beyond irritated because production fucked with me so hard because we think the only thing Christine's putting down is
her
this
dream
dream
catcher.
catcher, but she also puts down a boot ornament. And when you read her letter, the stupid dream catcher covers this part up, but it is somebody and Christine. Was that boot Truly's? And was it the last gift she got from Robyn? Because remember, Robyn said she loves to give people ornaments.
Oh.
And so I feel like Truly was like, I don't want
She's like,
this.
I don't want this. I'm leaving this behind.
Yes.
I don't know.
It did. I don't think it said David and Christine.
You don't.
I don't feel like it. What was the boot?
I don't know.
And that's why I would drive 3.5 hours right now
To go read that letter?
what that letter said so I can know. Am I going to do it? No.
No.
If anyone else does,
I
let
also
me know.
wonder if they didn't actually leave everything.
Oh, you think?
I don't know. What if they thought people would go get it, so they actually production took it after they left it?
No.
No?
It's-
I don't know.
Honestly, Caitlin, Sister Wives fans are the laziest fans out there.
So Christine leaves the boot and a dream catcher.
Yes.
She's leaving her dreams behind in Flagstaff. Her Flagstaff dreams, bye-bye. She's done with
Yes.
Flagstaff. But again, Janelle pulls a fucking queen move and is like, I'm leaving behind the necklace that Kody and Robyn, or that Cody made from Robyn's jewelry line.
But here's what pissed me off about that is Janelle's still sitting here saying, I mean, I love it. It's beautiful.
I'm like, say it's
Shut
ugly.
the fuck up, Janelle. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. I would rather wear Christine's gothic fairy in the moon necklace than yours.
Than the
Your
big
tree
tree.
looks so stupid. That is the ugliest tree I've ever seen in my entire
the
life.
fact that she's like, I'm leaving this behind.
Mm-hmm.
Like she knew we all
And
wanted
she's like,
that
I'm a
left
little
behind.
sad leaving it. You know, I really like that necklace. When
And then
have
we
you
cut to
ever
Meri,
worn it?
who's like, yeah, I still have my necklace. I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, you're never going to get rid of it.
I give it a
she
kiss
would-
every night before bed.
She would never leave it behind.
Nope. When I'm doing my
Never.
Rosemary's, I just kiss my necklace.
She's like, I sleep with it at night. I actually have it close to my chest.
yes.
Yeah.
Mary's gonna be like the old lady in Titanic, and she's gonna drop it into the ocean and then die that same night. That's what she's gonna do. Poor fucking Meri.
She can't be without it.
But I just also someone left behind a Cheetos bag. When we walk,
That's part of their old life.
which I'm like probably me, you know.
Right.
But then I'm on a road trip. It's like I gotta get another.
Oh, okay,
snack.
I'm going back for the Cheetos.
Yeah. When they open the door and David says, he's like,
Oh, there's some hearts in there.
those heads, one of those heads is Cody Brown.
That's what I thought.
It is Cody fucking Brown.
It
I'm
had
like,
his curls.
yeah. And I was like, did you guys bring that? Did somebody like that's
I feel like they didn't show us the voodoo dolls they left behind.
no, they didn't show us that part. But I was like, I feel like that's Cody and Robyn,
Mhm.
and you guys brought those
And
here.
they put pins in them.
Something.
Yeah.
Or they're, you know what? They're like Tony and McKelty's pinatas.
Oh, yeah.
You know, beat the bride and
They're going to
groom.
beat the shit out of them.
So Janelle's like, yeah, I'm leaving this tree behind. I'm gonna grow my own tree.
I got potato farms now.
I got potato farms. It's gonna be really good, you know. So that's awesome. Yeah, but Mary's like, yeah, you know, I'm going through my stuff, and it just feels so great to get rid of this stuff. I'm like,
Like,
then
yeah,
why do you have to do it on camera every time?
And why
did
have
make
you
it
held
so-
on to so much of it?
And why did you have to cut your stuff out of the quilt too? Just give him the whole fucking quilt,
Right?
You know,
Why
It's-
did she need her sleep shirt from when she was 12?
Honestly, he's just gonna use it as a cum rag. All right.
He's going to throw it away. He doesn't even want it. He just wanted Meri to have to do something more for him.
Yeah.
He
It's
just
a
was like, I
power
watch.
play.
I say how high. I ask you to jump. You ask how high. That's what he
Yeah.
wanted.
Why say jump and Mary's
He's
always
like,
how high?
Cut that shit out of that thing you made.
The quilt.
The quilt
She
you made.
got tripped up on her words, but she meant the quilt.
You worked so hard on that. Now I want you to have to destroy it for me.
All right. Back at Kody and Robyn's. Things are just really heating up. We left with the cliffhanger of whether or not Cody's going to say yes.
So, will you baptize me with my bastard?
And it's just like Cody's like, and then we cut away, and now we're back. And she's asking again. And it's like we're pausing, we're putting in this long pause, and he's like, would your bastard be okay with that? And she's like,
Yeah, I only asked him if he'll be okay with that.
and he's like, yeah, of course. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do
I'm
that.
so proud of you.
I love that so
I'm
much.
so happy for you.
And then he goes over, he's hugging Awowah. Then they do a group hug, which
Yeah.
is so disgusting. Have you ever been a part of a group hug?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
mm.
not that I wanted to, but
No.
I'm sure I have.
I feel like that's a good time to walk away.
Yeah.
Like when someone else starts coming in, it's like, I'm done.
That
I
was
don't-
enough.
I don't need to be a part of that. I'm
Just a
not-
group hug with her parents.
Cody is so supportive of her finding her path in life. I'm like, as long as that path is down the stairs into the basement, that's the only path she's going on. She ain't going nowhere.
This is the only place she goes.
Yes.
She can go to the church and she can go downstairs. That's it.
She can't even stop to fill up her car with
She's
gas.
never been in the grocery store by herself.
No.
She's never even
I don't
stopped for
think,
McDonald's.
honestly, Awowah, I don't. That's sad.
I know, but she hasn't.
Even a drive-through?
No.
Wow.
Only with mom and dad. She can't stop anywhere else.
My favorite
Church
thing
and
about
back.
learning to drive was that I could finally get my own fast food.
Right.
That was the best part about it.
I don't have to ask anybody to go through this.
Hell
drive-thru.
no! I got this shit on my own. But this is a mid-season finale.
Mhm.
They're putting finale on it, and this is the crux of what we're doing. Is this a joke? This is so fucking stupid.
It's ridiculous.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So, anyways, back on the road again. We've got Christine and David, talking about their stupid shit.
Laugh is
But Janelle and Christine are talking, and they're like, you know what was the worst? And again,
They're like reminiscing. I feel like production like just threw them questions.
Christine is reminiscing.
Yeah.
Janelle's just like,
Well,
yeah.
production's in Christine's ear.
Yeah.
Okay, Christine, now ask Janelle this. Ask her about the vacation.
Yeah. And so she's like, you know what was always so annoying is when we'd go on vacation and Cody would just like, the schedule would go out the door and he would stay with whoever he wanted. And cut to Robyn, and she's like, I never really paid paid attention. Either he was there or because he was always there.
I was fine with whatever. I'm like, no, you weren't. You never had to care because he was always with you.
You never had to care because he was always
Christine
there.
was like, I was always pissed. And I was so needy back then. I can't believe how needy I was.
And then Janelle's like, honestly, when he stayed with me, it was such a disruption to my life.
I was always hoping he picked Robyn.
Honestly, nothing was better than when I told him I was on the rag and Christine he was like, I'm not going to come over.
You were so different than me, Janelle.
So different.
She's like, I had so many needs that weren't being met that I was just so needy. Like, I wanted him there, but he always picked Robyn.
Do you think Janelle's asexual?
I think she just doesn't fucking like Cody.
But has she never liked him?
I think maybe he was right. Maybe she just used him as a piece of meat. She was like, if we have to share with the kids, then we're not fucking. I don't want you here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
She's like, the only reason I want you is if I'm going to get
She's like, you always
in.
talk over when I'm watching Lost every single time. When I'm watching Survivor, you're saying that you could do it better than them. And I know you can't. Like, it's, you're
always pestering the kids and making Savannah cry. Like, I don't want you
I don't
here.
want you fucking
You're
here.
eating all of our good snacks.
And I get so irritated because all I want to do is watch Wipeout. And you're just like, oh, I could do the red bouncy balls. Totally. And then you get up in front of the TV and you show me how you would bounce on the red balls. And I don't care. I want to watch my programming in peace. Good Lord, Cody, leave. Fuck me and get out.
Don't you think Cody'd be so annoying to watch TV with?
Oh,
he would talk over it the whole time.
Cody, you go to a movie theater and he's talking.
Yeah. And he's smacking whatever he gets, whatever kind of candy he gets, he's smacking it. I just know it. Stop. People do not like to hear that.
So sorry.
It's a trigger.
Oh my goodness. But Cody's like, I was always creative with my time. I knew other polygamists where they were so strict, they wouldn't even spend time with their wife on her birthday if it didn't fall on her day.
I mean, that's probably where things went wrong for me.
I was just so creative, I was too lenient on these women.
I was creative as in I stayed at Robyn's house all the time.
Yes, I was creative as in I would show up to Christine's after she fell asleep and then leave before she woke up.
I was creative with my sneaking in and out.
Yes. And
Meri's like, I'm a planner. I just needed to know. We're going to be here or not.
You know what the plan was for you, Meri? He's not coming.
Meri, we know what the plan was.
He's not coming, Meri.
You didn't need to plan.
You didn't have anything. Yeah. You could have planned on him not being there. Okay, that's the only plan you fucking needed. So, oh my goodness. Then we get into this whole conversation about how Janelle and Christine are sister wives for life.
But not Meri and Robyn.
No,
they do not have that relationship with them.
No, she's like, Janelle was like, those two were close, but I just never really liked either of them. Never. No,
not at all.
No. And again, I do think the most awkward relationship would be just Robyn. Janelle and Robyn.
Yes. I literally feel like they have not even had like a 5-minute conversation.
Well, we saw it and she was like, all right, it's getting cold.
But also production was there. It wasn't just the two of them.
No, I truly, Grace, Willie
They've
Brown
never
believe.
been just the two of them alone.
No. And it would be so uncomfortable.
They wouldn't talk.
Janelle's like, oh, Robyn's like, hey, I can give you a ride. She's like, I'm good walking.
Yeah, she's like, oh, totally fine.
I'll catch an Uber.
I want to get the fresh air in.
I'll catch an Uber. Now, Janelle does admit, she's like, I didn't always love Christine. It wasn't until like she was leaving Cody and I was like, oh, I kind of enjoy you a little bit,
You're actually cool.
Otherwise, you were pretty fucking annoying. And I'm like, I agree. I really do feel like growing up is realizing that Christine's annoying.
Exactly.
Because I used to think she was the best wife. And now I watch it back and I'm like, shut up.
But now she's okay.
No, I still find her to be annoying.
Well, she's okay for Janelle.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I thought you meant for me.
Yeah, now they help me. Really, Janelle's just using them.
Yeah.
She's like, I mean, they're fine if they help me drive the U-Haul.
Listen, I will listen to Christine gab all day as long as David drives that trailer for me. No.
So she's got her headphone in. She's listening to Gardening for Dummies over here.
Janelle's like, I really hope Meri finds love. Like, she's so sad and pathetic. She needs something,
She hopes she finds someone that actually treats her nice.
I hope she can find someone who can stand her, Because Christine, I didn't think you'd ever find somebody, and you did. So I feel like there's someone out there for Meri,
maybe.
I think.
I don't know.
And then she's like, Meri got that spiritual divorce and
she's kind of considering it. She's like, and I love that she's like, but I don't even know who I'd ask. I'm like, how about you ask Meri who she asked?
You were on a Zoom with Meri last week.
She doesn't want to reach out.
No, it's just a lot of steps. I'd have to call them. They'd probably make me come in person. I got a lot going on.
When Cody was like, Robyn thinks that they all need the spiritual release.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
Well, Christine doesn't because she got fucked. Christine doesn't because she's been fucked.
Mm-hmm. But I'm like, why? Just one more like control piece Robyn wants to have to be like, Janelle, you're still technically married to Cody.
I believe that Robyn is so she only likes polygamy to be
The top wife.
the top wife.
So
and
she
now there's no competition. So it's like, no, you guys are actually still married to him. Sorry, you're it.
Sorry, Janelle, you're still here until you get that spiritual release, and Meri's not going to tell you where she got it.
No, not at all.
I'm like, why does she care? And Cody's like, I think God will sort it all out. It's fine.
Listen,
It's fine. I fucking hate Janelle. It's not a problem.
But I love that Janelle was like, I just don't understand. Christine's so flippant about this. Like, oh, go finger fuck somebody. Like, no business. And I'm like, I'm not that kind of girl. I'm like, we know you're not that kind of girl.
But also, I didn't feel like Christine was flipping. No. I felt like she was laughing at Robyn, saying, are you fucking kidding me?
I love that she basically said, it's the dumbest thing I've heard, and it came from Robyn.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and it came from
I didn't
Robyn.
feel like she was actually telling Janelle that. I was like, Janelle, maybe listen a little more. You would realize
well,
she's
if you didn't
joking.
have your fucking headphone in listening to Gardening for Dummies podcast.
Yeah, she's joking. She's saying you could just go fuck, and that's fine with Robyn.
That's fine with it. You know, that's called a day.
But
And Janelle's like, honestly, they did this because we're families, and they, you know, otherwise we're just baby mamas. I'm like, I never thought I would hear Janelle say baby mamas, but it felt good.
Baby mamas.
I was like, BABYMAMA. This song goes from babe. Oh, wait. This goes out to all my baby mamas.
Can you learn the song?
No.
before you sing it?
No, I can't. So that's Fantasia Barrino. If anyone's interested.
American Idol.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great
Back
song.
in the day.
I anytime that song comes on my playlist,
You love it.
I go to town. That's a great song.
Janelle should add it.
But I never thought I'd hear Janelle say baby mamas.
Me either.
It was
Honestly.
fun.
But also I was like, okay, Janelle, we know you're not the kind of girl to go out and fuck, but you should try it.
Yeah.
Right?
Please.
Right?
Please.
I think you should
do.
try it.
Okay, so Janelle starts talking about how she's got her money in Coyote Pass, and she's telling Christine, she's like, you know, I want my fucking money, because the money from my house sale in Vegas, it went to Robyn's house. Like,
How's she not fighting for that money back? I don't understand. Like, all she wants is Coyote Pass money.
she's an
I'm
idiot.
like, you should get that money. And she's like, you know, Cody was always just like, well, we're giving it to who needs it to buy houses. And I thought
my turn
maybe
would come.
I thought it'd get to me, but it hasn't. And then Cody's like, oh, Janelle got pissed at me for trying to buy her a house. I'm like, you didn't.
And I was trying to buy Christine's at a discount.
That's exactly what he was doing. He was like, you're just going to transfer it over to Janelle's name and she'll take over the payments. Like, he was trying not to pay Christine.
Yes.
Is what he was doing.
And then he was hoping that Janelle would stay there, and then he could sell it for, we had more
it'd
equity.
just be his name on it or something, and he could take it out from under Janelle. And then Janelle comes in again.
Yeah.
Queen with her rude comments. I never even liked Christine's house. I didn't want it. I don't like the house.
He wanted me to live in Christine's house. It's fucking stupid.
I don't like it. It's got the whole living room, dining room, upstairs bedroom all in one. Who wants that?
Janelle's not a stairs girl. She loves a ranch style.
Well, she just wants to make sure the master bedroom's on the bottom.
She loved when they were in Vegas and just the kids were up there.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, get them away from me.
She's like, I like my feet on the ground floor.
Yeah. You know,
I'm not climbing stairs.
Well, who needs to go upstairs? You know, if you've seen one upstairs, you've seen them all. I don't need to go up there.
She's
I will
totally
say,
that kind of girl.
as people who stayed in Christine's house,
yeah,
it is the weirdest.
It's a weird layout.
Fucking layout I've ever seen.
It's not good. Janelle's right.
It's not like, if you, especially because knowing that Christine ended up turning the upstairs into like her bedroom.
Yeah.
There's no like good living room.
The upstairs had to be the living room.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
And that's when we stayed there. That's how it was. But I'm saying, like, when she had it, I'm like, that's just so weird.
It was weird. But I just loved Janelle being like, I didn't like that house. I don't want it.
And I don't blame her. You know?
Why didn't she get her money?
Because she wanted the RV lifestyle. That's why. Because I tried to get her a house from Christine. And then she's like, no, Cody, I want to stay in the RV.
Do we think she sold the RV? Or do we think she still has it?
No.
She doesn't sell
Let me tell you something. It's hard to sell stuff. And I'm a Janelle. I've got Janelle energy big time.
You have things you want to sell. But
I have so many things I'd love to sell, but it's like, then it's like, I got a car I'd like to sell.
She moved to North Carolina, but that RV is staying here and she's just paying the storage fee on it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
For a long time.
And I don't think she bought it in full, so she still got payments on it.
Yeah.
You know, no, it's
like, I'll deal with that later.
She's like, it's a lot of like texting back and forth. They're asking questions like, how many miles does it have? You know, I'm like, I don't know. Janelle's
it's too much.
She's not gonna sell that shit.
We know Janelle because we are Janelle.
But Janelle is feeling very optimistic about potato farms. Mm-hmm. And
I mean, they just cleared some land.
But again, like, where's the money in potato farms?
It's gonna be an event space.
When?
I don't know.
You know, and it's like the flower farm, like people pay an entrance fee to come in to see the
I wonder
flowers.
how much they bought it for. Like, was it expensive?
Oh, I feel like we know.
We know,
but I
okay.
don't remember what it
Okay.
was. Also, would you I'm going to be honest.
Also, though, I'm going to Potato Farms if I can see their houses.
Oh yeah. Same.
What is it, or is it going to be like a long way away from?
It's
their
probably a long
houses?
ways away.
Okay.
But here's what I want to know is where on a map is North Carolina? Because I don't know for sure. But when Janelle said that she used to go to Florida with her family, she's like, so I know how the Southeast works. I'm like, is North Carolina Southeast?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like down lower.
Oh, in my head, it's up.
No.
It's up a little bit.
No.
Like maybe right under New York.
No.
Or maybe like New Jersey.
It's in the South.
Oh, okay. Well, I learn something new every day. All right. Now we need to take a little break over at Shreveport, Louisiana. We're going to stop in at a bar. And I have to say, when they were like, Truly's peopled out. She didn't want to come. She wanted to stay in the hotel room. Me. On every
This is where she got
family
you.
trip.
This is where she grew
That
on
is
you.
where it was. Because I was like, I've never seen myself in Truly.
And you're like, this is me.
This is me.
Peopled out, want to stay home, watch TV, hotel room to myself, room
And here's
service.
the thing. I'll tell you this. When like McKelty, Aspen, Peyton, when they were younger, you don't let that happen.
No.
But
it's
when
the
you have
youngest
that
sibling
baby
thing.
and you're like, I don't give a fuck what you do.
Mhm.
And that's where I was like, there's nothing better. You know that she doesn't watch TV. She watches stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
Kids watch shit on YouTube.
I know.
Isn't that
They don't
weird?
watch regular shows.
No, I'm just like, I didn't. Why are we on YouTube?
She had her YouTube queued up.
Yep.
She had room. She was like, Mom, can I get room service? And Christine's like, sure, I guess.
No, honestly, I think she did DoorDash. She went down to the lobby out front. She's like, no one's going to kidnap me. I'm not kidnappable.
I've got a trench coat on.
Yeah, sorry.
No one's going to mess with me.
I'll bust a cap in this motherfucker if he tries to take me. So the adults go out and they go to a bar named Fatty Arbuckle's Pub.
Fatty Arbuckles.
Arbuckles.
Well, Christine and David want to take Janelle to get a shot. They want to be bad influences on Janelle.
Okay, I want to point something
Okay.
out because as someone who has never drank, you always act like I felt so much Janelle in this when she was like, I don't even know how to order. She said it about 5 times. I don't even know how to order.
Was so funny coming from Janelle because I feel like Janelle would be the kind of person to be like, I don't know, you just ask for what you want.
Janelle gets embarrassed so easily. And I get so embarrassed when I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So when I've said this to you before, I'm like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know how to order a drink at a bar.
Yeah.
Shirley? One Shirley Temple? Like, who am I asking? I'm probably going to end up asking like a janitor. And he's like, what? No, I can't fucking help you.
I just was like, come on, Janelle, you're so practical.
No, I resonated so much with Janelle in this moment because I'm like, it is terrifying. It's like if I were to go to a strip club, it's like, where do I sit? Where do I go?
What do I do?
What do I do? Where do my hands go? It's like I'm thinking about all that. I can't even get a boner because it's just like, oh,
you're
God,
too worried.
I'm stressed. Like, am I doing this right? Oh God, did the ones fall out of my pocket? I got to make sure I got my ones. It's like, I'm just thinking about all of it.
She's like, you guys pick what I'm going to have because I don't know.
Yeah.
And then we kind of start talking about how they've.
Well, hang on.
What?
Janelle bellies up to the bar.
Oh, yeah.
And
Tongue
she's
out.
got that tongue out.
Tongue out.
Yeah, finally she gets there.
But they start talking about how they never drank before. And then
Right.
they slowly started to like Fridays, they would have wine with dinner and when they'd all get together. Then like when they'd go out, they'd start drinking a little bit. And
when I tell you that I can't ever move on from something,
Mhm.
that I will hold a grudge for things until the day I die. When we started this podcast, somebody left a review
Mhm.
and said, you don't even know the Browns. They don't drink.
yes, they
Look
do.
at this bitch. And I knew that they drank because somebody said that Christine would go to the pizza place and she liked herself some beer. And now we're hearing it from the source themselves.
Mhm.
So I know that you're not listening to this podcast anymore, but I would like for you to know you're stupid and you're wrong. So thank you. Now,
And we've seen Cody order beers out.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
there's
person,
pictures of
you
them.
don't know the Browns.
Yeah.
This
And
is probably
Janelle has a full wine rack.
This is probably 3 years ago they left this review, and I'm still pissed
We're
about
coming
it.
for you.
I'm coming for you.
And now they've confirmed
And you
it.
know what? While we're at it, fuck you, Liz Martin 5. It's been a while since we told you to fuck off.
Trigger warning.
Fingers. Oh, wait, really quick. I need to say this. I was going to say it at the beginning of the episode, but if you guys could do us a favor and just play this episode over and over again, I'm just trying really hard to get a #1 episode. I'm not even trying to get our show to #1. Just the
We've
episode.
gotten #2. We just want to be #1.
Yeah, we've gotten #2.
So there's no ads. You're welcome.
Yes, there's no ads. We got #1. We've had #1 every season except for this one so far.
Just make our
because
dreams,
I feel like
make our dreams come true.
no one's watching the show anymore. So this is so dumb.
Right.
So Anyways, back to the show.
Okay. Back to the show.
A little bit of housekeeping we had to do.
I love when Janelle's like, I know Cody drinks beer.
Yeah.
I know I drink wine sometimes. I know
I love that
Christine
she
drinks.
said, I drink one wine glass. And I'm like, you told us that when you were doing those bills, you were just drinking straight from the
right?
bottle.
She's like, I've never been drunk before.
Girl.
And then
you
she
were
was
fudging
like,
some numbers.
Meri? I don't know. I don't know her well enough to know if she drinks or not.
You've been
never
in
hang
each
out with
other's
her.
lives for like 40 years. You have been associated with each other for 40
She's
years.
like, never
You've
paid
lived in the
attention.
same home. You've been sister-in-laws and sister wives. And you're telling
She's
me
known Meri longer than she's known Cody.
you're telling me you don't know Meri enough to say
No.
whether or not she
She's
drinks.
like, I never hung out with her.
I
I never
know.
wanted to go hang out, have dinner with her.
God, Janelle really is just
She's the queen.
she's a diamond.
She's the queen of not giving a shit about
and you know
anyone.
what? This is what's so great about Janelle. Has she shown up at all this season? No.
No.
This is like her first time. And she's just given zinger after zinger after zinger. But in her head, she doesn't see it.
No.
She's like, yeah, I'm just saying what I thought. She doesn't realize like that's such a bitchy thing to say. And that's why we love you, Janelle. That's why.
She's like,
we love
okay,
you.
Christine and David, you guys pick what I'm going to have because I've never done a shot before and I don't know how to order.
So then Christine's like, hi, excuse me. We're looking to do a shot and we are thinking maybe something celebratory. And the guy at the bar is like, okay, what are you celebrating? She's like, okay, so a new house, a new property, and honestly, like new beginnings. And
We just came from plot. We're leaving the past behind. We're going-
this bartender was so bad at his job. I'm like, just pick something.
He's
It
like-
doesn't matter. It's a shot. It's not like they're going to write a review being like, that shot was gross.
that
Like,
wasn't celebratory.
no, it's just like, just pour them anything. But thankfully, David's there and he's like,
I was in Wyoming and we got something called a slippery nipple. You guys got slippery nipples here? I love a slippery nipple.
I think you guys would like to slippery nipple.
Slippery nipple would be pretty good, I'd like myself a slippery nipple.
Janelle's like, they have such funny names. I'm not going to say it.
and in those moments, I'm like, Janelle, you're such a dork.
I know.
You know, I'm not going to say that. And then Christine's like, I've never had a slippery nipple, but I know David has.
And then Christine says multiple times, I feel like just to rub it into
Yes.
Janelle, I've had shots with your kids.
I've done shots
I've
with
done
your
shots
kid, Janelle.
with your kids.
your kid, Chanel. With your she's like, production's gonna get it in there
Yeah.
somehow.
She's like, okay, I
like,
got
shut
it.
the
My kids have had shots
fuck
before.
up, man. So now Cody's never done a shot.
Mm-mm.
He's like, oh, sometimes I'm little
It's like
whiskey.
tastes like gasoline, man.
I don't believe him.
He likes
I
to
think
drink.
I think he does like hard liquor.
I think so too.
Hard
I think
liquor
he
in the
likes a
front,
whiskey.
poker in the back.
Mhm.
You know, I don't believe them when he said this.
No, and Robyn being like, "Ooh, I've never had a shot ever."
That's not what she said. She said, I've never had a shot at a bar.
Oh,
She's had a cum shot at home. I'll tell
straight
you
to
that.
her face.
Yeah, straight to her face. She's had
Never
a
had-
couple of shots at home, but she said at a bar.
Oh, she's never been to a bar.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? You've never been to a bar?
Well, we saw them dancing.
Yes,
is that
that's a
considered-
bar.
It's basically
That's
a
a
bar.
bar.
What is that place called?
Distillery. That's
Distillery.
a bar. I would say that's a bar.
Yeah. Liar.
Yeah, she's
liar,
a liar
face.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch.
Mhm.
So yeah, they're like, no. And then Meri's like, I have had one shot and it was nasty. Meri,
Come on, Meri. She's
you
such a
know what?
buzzkill.
Meri
It's
would
like you and just Jen act drunk all the time, and you're really not. That's the sad thing.
that
You're
is
really
what's
not.
sad. And people are always like, "Oh, you guys are drinking." She's
I'm
like,
like,
"It's water." I'm like, "No, they're not drinking.
It's
Tell
really
them."
water. They're
Yeah.
just like middle school humor, so
Yes.
they seem drunk.
Now I know that this is so hypocritical coming from me
Mhm.
as someone who's never drank before, but it's like. You would be so much better if you drank, Meri.
Right.
You know, you would be much more enjoyable if you would just get plastered.
Yeah.
I would love like the
You
next
too, Robyn. Like, just
Yes.
listen up a bit.
I would love for the next season of Sister Wives to run like Housewives. And
Mhm.
it's like we're getting drunk, we're falling into bushes, we're all going to Jamaica together, you know?
Let's have to go on a trip.
Yes,
That'd
I
be
love
fun.
a cash trip. That would be so much fun. You know, like when we went to Hawaii.
Yeah, that
And
would
Meri
be
said,
fun.
oh no, that was Alaska when Meri said, I'm being catfish.
Yeah.
Situation.
Mhm.
That was not too good. So, anyways, Janelle's like, how do I do this? Like,
She was like, I don't want to do it. Oh my God. And then she finally does it. She's like, that was pretty good. I'm like,
well,
wow, you made
no,
such
that's
a
not
scene.
at all what she did. That's the biggest lie I've ever heard. You alcoholic. She does it and she's like, it's pretty yummy. Like, wow, okay. Well, I didn't think that's
It was
what
a
you were
lot
going
of
to
lead
say.
up.
I did not think that's what you were going to say. Goodness gracious. To everyone watching on YouTube, I do apologize. There was a technical difficulty. Hopefully you won't notice it on the podcast.
Yeah.
But now you're going to see how we have to fake come in like we didn't stop recording. So I'll tell Kayla, I'm like, okay, you were laughing, so start fake laughing. Wait, I can't remember where I'm at.
Janelle just took the shot.
And I said, that's not what you're going to say. That's
Okay.
not what you're going to say. Okay. And you're laughing. Like, geez, Janelle, you really oversold that. Goodness gracious.
It was just fine.
Yeah. So anyways, she liked it. Then she is drunk off her ass so quickly.
So fast.
She's like,
my legs. My legs.
she's
I
like,
feel it in my legs.
I can feel it in my legs.
oh, I'm feeling good. And then she's like, they're like, do you want another drink? She's like, wow. She like can't even see.
No,
she's
like, probably just a beer. A beer.
And then she like looks off. She's licking her lips.
That hit her quick. That slippery nipple.
Oh, she
And
loves
David
her.
and Christina are like, give us a second round, baby.
Yeah, they're doing two slippery nips.
They're
Nothing's
used to it.
worse than only sucking one nip. You know, you got to get both of them in there. And I love like Janelle.
I love drunk Janelle. And she's like, I've never been drunk. I'm like, you might be now.
I think, and she's like, I didn't feel mentally compromised at all. I'm like, watch it back. I don't know when people are drunk, I don't think they know they're drunk, you know?
And just like, oh, my legs. I feel it in my legs.
My legs. Oh, God.
Mm.
And I love Christine sitting there. This is how I feel about Christine. She hates her life. I feel like she hates her
Really?
life and she's doing everything she can to make herself believe she loves it.
Really?
Yeah, she's
That's
like,
sad.
oh, smooth. Ooh, David. I love that.
David, such a good choice with the
David,
slippery nipple.
David, you are such a wordsmith with your alcohol choices. I love it so much. Like,
Okay, little slippery nipple. Slippery nipple.
yeah, there's something about Christine that's
It's like
just
because
not
she's-
sitting right with me.
Like she's doing it up too much, that
Yes.
it's fake.
And
Yeah.
it's like, are you doing it up because you want Cody to watch it and be like, God, she's so happy? Are you not actually happy in this life?
I don't know. I hope she is. I feel like she is, but maybe she's just trying
I
to.
feel like she would never be able to let us know that
Yeah.
because of the situation that she's
No,
in.
she wouldn't. She wouldn't be able to say never mind.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, and that's where the episode ends. It was quite a journey on
And then
this
it doesn't-
mid-season finale.
We didn't leave us on a cliffhanger, and it doesn't look like we pick up with any excitement except for
Oh my God. Hang on. Wait,
Brianna.
no. I watched this. I watched Awowah asked if
Mhm.
he'd do it the bastard 72 times. I watched this 956 times because I still don't even understand what I saw. We're at lunch
At
or something.
Josephine's.
We're at Josephine's. We're outside.
Mhm.
And Brianna is like, you two raised us. Why wouldn't we want to go after a soulmate? I'm like, what the fuck?
She's never had that much personality
Where did
before,
that come
but it
from?
was strange.
And it was like a different voice.
I was
and-
like, whoa, she got out.
yeah.
She's different outside.
I've
The
never
sunlight hit her. And
I've never
changed.
seen it. I've never seen that before.
I can't wait for that scene.
But
I'm, like,
here's what they
holding on
said.
to
They
my
said
horses.
next time on Sister Wives. They didn't say
Next
next
time.
week. And just we're here to tell you it's going to be a bit.
It's going to be
so
a bit. So
hold on to your pianos.
if you're going to miss us in the break, then
Yes.
come over and join us on Patreon.
Patreon.com/sisterwivestalk. You can leave us only 5-star reviews
Mhm.
here.
And remember to play the episode over and over again. Thank you very much.
Please.
Thank you very
It's-
much.
It's not even about, and here's the thing. It's not about anything other than my own self.
It's just
I don't
for
think
fun.
anyone looks at the charts.
No,
it's just,
they
I
don't.
want to look at the chart.
Mhm.
And I'm
Just
sacrificing
for our own accomplishment.
I'm sacrificing money from this episode.
Yep.
You know, that would probably go to people in need, but this is more important. I'm just kidding.
We'll give other money to people in need.
Oh
We
my
promise.
goodness. Okay, so yes, replay the episode a million times. Join
Yep.
us on Patreon. You can follow us on Instagram at Shy Talk Pod. You can follow us on YouTube. I don't know what it's called there.
Mm-mm.
You know, it's
And we'll be back when it comes back, but we're telling you it's a while. So
yeah, it's gonna be
So,
a minute.
yeah.
So maybe subscribe to the show
yeah. So you know when it's back.
so you know when it's
Mhm.
back. Well, I
or,
guess
or join on Patreon. And right now we're in the rewatch and we're at the Tony and McKelty wedding. And when I tell you this is the best Sister Wives
I've never
there's ever been,
We have watched,
I'm not lying.
We have watched 2 episodes so far.
We haven't got to the wedding yet. We're just in the planning.
And it is the great. I know that I've sat here so many times and said we need less Tony and McKelty, and at this point, I'm saying give me only Tony and McKelty.
Compared to the show we're watching now, the past is it's good.
It's a good.
It's
time.
really good.
It's a really
It's fun.
good fucking.
It's
time.
fun.
So, all right, guys. Well, we'll see you back in a bit.
Have
And
fun.
you know, as we always say here,
Yeah, splish, splash,
Goodbye.